from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Oklahoma product, Baker Mayfield, trotting out there now with the rest of this Browns offense. A first down throw for Mayfield, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. The numbers in last week's game for Hooper: 6 catches, 58 yards, and a score.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, Mayfield got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
33-yard line.
Mayfield throwing complete there to Hooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
A terrific opening drive. First and goal. They'll give it to Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive.
Extra point.
They gotta love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Steeler first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
First down, Steelers.
Now a handoff here to his running back. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 70 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Browns 7, Steelers nothing.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now they try the right side here. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
2nd and 9 at the 16.
He'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red red zone now. They'll look to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper.
Mayfield's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Steelers' 16-yard line.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
Makes the score Browns 10, Steelers 7.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. taken from just outside the 30. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Here we go.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And he will find his man on the outside. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Grant Delpit. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Number 87.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
6 brings up 2nd and 4.
Well, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, oh.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Browns are back within a score.
Point conversion.
And Charles, the second time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there's that natural tendency, and there's also that eagerness to get back there again. Oh, he smells it. This guy smelled the end zone, and twice he's gotten there.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
He'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Catch made here by Campbell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Take over 1st and 10.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch.
It's a gain of
all evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Steeler 1st down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Gain of 14.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
A gain of
another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
That'll be a gain of 16, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have once again taken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Lutz with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Mayfield on 1st down. He'll give this to Chubb out of the backfield. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
That's good.
That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mayfield now from the 50. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Mayfield with it once more. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st.
That's good.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Mayfield looks to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
It's a gain of
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
Mayfield caught left side. It's Beckham. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Rohrwasser's kick is good.
Is good.
And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
28-all.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Second down.
On play action, they'll throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. It's caught. Nelson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go play action here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And his throw is incomplete. The intended target, but now it'll be third down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all three timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. And again, it's Chubb. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Now the Steelers use the first of their three timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So now the Steelers down by 7. And time, a huge factor. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go, just get rid of it. That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Well, that's the 4th time that they've tried to go for it on 4th down. They've only converted once, Charles. And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on 4th down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job. 2nd and 11 now. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice. And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary.